Alright, Game and Compute, what is up? We are having a little bit of technical difficulties. But let's see. Today I want to talk about Acadium, my experience with Acadium. I don't know if I can really do a full review because I feel like I had a unique experience to the point that Acadium itself, I feel like things went well with that program, but as far as for myself, like protections for my own self, maybe there wasn't enough of that. And I'll talk more about that, but I'm hoping this microphone on these old earbuds is gonna work out. It looks like my little miniature Bluetooth mic is broken. It does not seem to... Oh, it's on now. Okay. Maybe it just was completely uncharged. I'm gonna keep charging it. I lost my other earbuds. It's been a couple days since I've had them. And then yeah. What else? Oh, so the website, the original link for gamingcompute.com. I'm still on the alternative link on the gamingcompute.godaddysites.com. So I'll let you guys know when I get back onto my regular.com. I am changing up some stuff, and it's just kind of easier for me to do it this way. But the site is still on. The subscriptions are going to be paused for now, but they'll be available soon. Sunday would be nice. I cannot confirm. Sunday would be nice. It depends what I can do Saturday night. Because as of now, I've only got like 2 more hours left between podcasting and working on this site. So I've got another segment of my day to get to. But let's chat about Acadium, guys. While I'm on here, let's chat about it. Let's talk about it. So Acadium.com. Do I recommend it? I still do not know. I cannot say for sure. I don't not recommend it. I would just say be careful. Now, if you're doing lessons, courses, learning on your own for free, there's kind of no risk. I think there's no risk. You can take free courses. They have soft skills for marketing. They have digital marketing. They have creating career opportunities. They have paid advertising. Paid advertising as a free course. I guess the most in-demand ones they have SEO as a free course. The most in-demand free courses they have are email marketing, social media, and content marketing, as well as web design and influencer marketing. Oh, they have a lot of in-demand. Public relations, graphic design, copywriting. Those are their most in-demand. And then from there, they have marketing analytics, e-commerce business basics, freelancing, affiliate marketing, remote work, data analysis, and podcast also have micro tasks that you can do for free. They change from time to time. Sometimes there are mostly closed ones. Lately I've noticed that most of them have been closed, or the ones listed at the top seem to be closed. You have to kind of scroll past. So you can sort by newest, you can sort by most popular, and basically what you're doing is you're working for free, building up a portfolio by, you know, tapping into, taking on work for free. The one that pops up now under newest, it has 39 submissions for create a banner for a trade show application. It's a graphic designer task. Average time is 1 to 3 hours worth of work, and you can create this submission and submit your work. And so that one is actually for a submission for the wow, shady, for the actual CEO that I was interning for. So she has posted 3 months ago and received 30 something submissions for free, because I recognized the name. It was like, this person will give you feedback. So apparently she's still obtaining free work, even if she's saying that she doesn't have time for the internship process. So a little shady. It says she's looking for a company banner for an upcoming conference. This conference, by the way, was the reason why the CEO said that she has no more time for the internship program, which is why she quit responding to me and quit scheduling with me and told me to reach back out to Acadium, and Acadium tried to reach back out to her to see if she could give me the digital marketing certification. She didn't respond. This is since that 3-day weekend, since MLK weekend. That's the last time I heard back from her was that Sunday before MLK Day, before the Monday that we got off. That's the last time I heard from her. So that was like about the second week before the end of January. The topic is science and automation, and the banner is supposed to represent my company on the digital program and conference website. And so basically she's getting these banners submitted. She got some submissions 24 days ago, a submission a month ago, another one a month ago. So she has some comments that she put on there from October, from March, from a submission from 3 months ago. So people are basically doing this work for her for free, which is, that's what the micro tasks are there for. I'm just kind of surprised to see her as one of the people accepting submissions, because she did state that she doesn't have any more time. And I was doing free work for her for a while there. There's another person you could submit work to Steve for free. He has a video marketing task for 1 to 3 hours. create a 1-minute marketing video to encourage people to try like Bushido. So this kind of stuff is, it shows how many submissions the person has received. Let's see. He's received 2 submissions. So there's multiple types of tasks. Excuse me. Graphic design tasks, video tasks, writing tasks, combination of tasks. But usually they're within graphic design, video, or copywriting of some form. Blog posts, work on Canva, keyword research. There's all kinds of stuff you can get into. Brainstorm ideas for college student startup to improve mental health and stop scrolling. That's Steve again, same guy. He got 8 submissions for this one. So you can look through microtasks, see which ones appeal to you. Do them for free. If yours get accepted, you can add it to your portfolio, and you could probably add the review information. Even if they don't get accepted, you could probably still add it to your portfolio because you did the work. Just you can't really. I mean, if they do say something, like if they give you any feedback, positive feedback, like like the colors or anything, you can always, if they're getting like a lot of submissions, they might not choose you, but they might have some positive things to say about your work, or please submit more work or something like that. You could always ask them, would you like me to submit more in the future or something like that. Or if you have some ideas for their website or anything that you could offer for advice or your professional opinion, that might do you well. So that, that seems fine. And let's see, there's freelance. The freelance tab says start your digital marketing career. Gain the skills, work experience, and resources you need to start your career in digital marketing online. So there's apprenticeships. That's kind of what I was connected to. Again, those marketing courses I talked about, the microtasks that I talked about. So basically, when you click on freelance, it has all those options. And I believe there's also a paid. How am I not signed in? They keep like signing me out. There's also a paid service of some kind. So yeah, you can do paid. I mean, not a paid. You don't get paid, but you pay for like someone who maybe. It sounds like they help you find work. It says get hired full time with Plus. You can upgrade to Plus. You have to have a consultation with someone, and then they can talk to you. And you can go from there. And you do have to pay for it. But that's mostly what they have on here. So I guess I should say, maybe I'll put this extra note out there. The person who was the CEO of the startup that I was interning for, it looks like that post that they put for the microtask was back in October. When I don't know if it's the same month that I talked to them. I started the interview process with them in October and got chosen in October, and my first week starting was in November, and my last official day was yesterday, technically. So yeah. And so, yeah, I want to clarify that, because I'm not saying that she's posting, like, new stuff. I mean, she's gotten new submissions for this conference, but it sounds like her main focus is this conference, and that's her right. But also, I would say, the last question I had was, is there anything within my favor, because we did sign a contract back in October, me and her, about my work, about the amount of hours she would be on, the amount of hours I would do work max for the week, kind of what the schedule would look like and everything. And so I was talking to this person from Acadium, one of the representatives that is in the membership success department, and basically they mentioned, they didn't really respond about the contract, but they mentioned that, that CEO hadn't responded to their conversation either, and they said that my apprenticeship will be canceled, and Acadium will do that on their end, and it won't be counted against me, because I've communicated to them early about what's been going on. So they were supportive about it as much as they could be, but it doesn't sound like the contract works in my favor in any way. I don't know if the CEO is still allowed to receive submissions from other people or be be a mentor for another intern. She did mention hiring other interns, but I'm not sure if she's just gonna keep getting busy dropping people, or if she's just gonna put up microtasks and have people put in a bunch of submissions. Because 39 submissions, that's a lot, and you can see the submissions that other people sent. At least you can see part of the work, and you can see some of the mentor's feedback or responses. So if you're newly submitting, you can kind of do that. I don't know. I just don't know what I think. It's just my experience. Partly it was a bummer because it's like, yeah, I want the certification, but also I don't need the certification, Like, I've put in enough work in so many places that it's like, I kind of don't know if the certification is required. Like, I can still get educated on things and stay up to date. I get emails for Neil Patel. I'm on his mailing list. He sends some pretty valuable information about blogging for the most part. Spotify here and there talks a bit about what do you call it? Spotify talks about like their changes that they're doing for podcasting. I'm gonna talk some more about that. I have to read the updated messages, but they're saying that they're changing. So yeah, if you guys want to know how Acadium ended for me, at this point, it says that I've been paused from internship matches, and because I said I'm gonna take time to think over my options, because I might be having a client that's gonna keep me too busy from interning for free anyways. And so, if I have a paid client, I'd rather work more with the paid client than doing free work, and then trying to get back into a 90-day program that's going to take 2 hours of meetings online and 10 hours of work per week offline, or not offline, but outside of meeting. That's 12 hours of work a week, which is fine, but to not get paid for 12 hours versus getting paid for 40 hours, I mean, I don't know how to do the math, that makes more sense to me. So basically they say once I've decided if if I want to take on an internship again, then I can contact them at Member Success, and they can put me back into queue to be matched again. And so that's where I'm at. So I'm not penalized. It's just the certification isn't going to work out from that internship. So I've followed the whole process through. I do not have much more that I could really say. I don't really know what's going to happen to the CEO. It doesn't sound like they're canceling her account or anything. She never gave them any feedback or anything. So I don't know what to really say about it. Now, would I recommend it to someone? Acadium in general, I would say yes. As far as building your portfolio, I think it's a great way to kind of do it. I'd say the one thing that might be missing is maybe a little bit of accountability. If you're just going the freelance route, learning the courses on your own, and let me see what else. Learning the courses on your own, putting in microtask work on your own, maybe adding it to your portfolio online somewhere, either LinkedIn or your website or your Instagram or wherever your portfolio is hosted. You could do something like get on the Discord with Rich and Niche. Rich, R-I-C-H plus N-I-C-H-E. He's a YouTuber. He has his academy online, the Rich and Niche Academy. I've only subscribed to the free version for 30 days. You can see what the other lessons are, and Discord, Saturday morning live check-ins / meetings. But I don't have full access to the community. But his Discord is good. I would say, there's the morning check-in that you just say GM, good morning. People post. It's not completely inactive. Let me see. But I would say it's good for accountability. The last person to post in the main lobby was on the 1st of February. So about 8 or so days ago. So it has the good morning only origin stories, so people can kind of talk about their situations. The last person who posted on there was on January 24th, and then quick questions. Let me see. The last person to post on there was on February 26th. Sorry. What am I saying? February the 6th. I was reading 2/6. February 6th. I guess something's going on with Google Podcast shutting down. I don't even know. And that's another thing. I mean, I really want to talk more about podcasts, but there's so much going on in the podcast world. It seems to be changing so fast that, I don't really have time to, be doing that in addition to all the other stuff that I'm trying to do. I kind of have to prioritize sometimes, what's going to lead to something being paid. I can't just, do whatever. So as much as I love, recording about, different things, I do like trending topics, but they're not evergreen. And so if I'm talking about what medium changed back in 2023 or how Spotify for podcasters changed back in 2023, Spotify for podcasters is about to change again in June of 2024. So it's like, you know, some stuff isn't evergreen. I mean, there's always the ability to kind of update and be general and be like podcasts about this, like some episode about podcasts, episode about gig work, episode about freelancing, episode about, you know, resources, or, you know, communities. But I do think, you know, it's hard because I don't like to feel so like scattered. I'm easily scattered, and it makes me kind of unorganized. So let me see what I was saying. Yeah, that would be one thing I could say. You could get into like Tyson 4D or the rich and niche communities. If you're copywriting, Tyson 4D has a really active community. If you're just doing general digital marketing, Rich and Niche has a relatively active community for what you can access for free. He does have his course where you can get a $1 free trial. It's not a free trial. It's a $1 trial for 30 days. In his course, you can't see everything. I wanted to review his course, but I can't really review it because I can't see everything. But he was the digital marketing instructor for Course Careers. That course transferred into digital advertising sometime, I think, in January of 2024. So the digital marketing course, I guess if they compared it to like if they compared it to the other courses they have, like they have a course for, I don't know what you would call it. They have a course for well, tech sales is probably their most popular one, and then IT is becoming more popular. They're getting a whole lot more courses. I would recommend them because they're affordable and they've got a very active community and network. The thing I would say though is the overarching theme that I'm realizing is when you get connected with a boot camp, you still have to get experience. You can't just get a certification and then start applying for jobs. If you don't have anything to show, these jobs, a lot of times you need to show what you have available. The work that you're available to actually do or prove that you can do. I mean, LinkedIn is, you know, it's been a godsend for me. Like, you don't really have to do a lot of marketing. People find you on there. Now, I have a lot of people that keep trying to get me to hire them. I don't want that yet, but I also have a lot of people that, you know, contact me about, you know, to recruit. Not a lot. I don't want to say a lot of people, but I'd say I get contacted at the very least, once every other week. Probably about 3 times a month, 2 to 3 times a month, on the low end of people contacting me. Sometimes it's not a good fit, but you can basically use your profile to pretty much advertise yourself and what you're interested in and what appeals to you. You can talk about your certifications, you've got your resume already posted, you can, you know, opt into what kind of jobs you're interested in searching for. You can put your education history, all kinds of stuff you can put. And so when there's people out there recruiting, that's how they look for you. And so sites like Acadium are helpful for helping you to have access to people to do free work for that are actually gonna like respond to you, probably. Because you could technically just go out there and do a bunch of free work. You could go on Instagram, find people with websites, go on their link tree, find their main page, be like, oh, your main page needs this, this, and that, and you could draft up some graphic designs for them, or you could say, oh, it needs this, this, and that, or your blog needs this, this, and that, or your podcast needs this, this, and that, your YouTube channel needs this, or your Instagram, or whatever they have listed on their link tree, or whatever they have available, and you could just submit free work to them. I mean, will they pay you for it? Who knows? I mean, that's not even prospecting. You're just like doing volunteer work at this point. So if you don't even want to connect to Acadium, you could do it that way. But the thing is, you might just be submitting to the wind. Like if nobody confirms, yes, I want you to do this for me for free, that would be another way to do it, is reach out to people and be like, hey, I'm trying to get experience. Can I do this for free? Can I do that for free? In exchange for a review. A lot of times that works. Now if you're trying to prospect and reach out to people who want you to do stuff in exchange for money, that's a whole different story. But that's one way to start doing it. But it's not, you could do it within a certain niche, likely, because most of us don't know everything about everything, so it helps to choose a niche, or at least stick to a certain type of work that is ideal for you. But I would say Rich and Niche or Tyson 4D, those Discord communities could help you on the end, if you're not connected in an internship or connected with a course. If you're just, winging it on your own, at least those are free communities where you could have some form of engagement and accountability, because the issue is you want to get the work in. I'd say Acadium is better for most people who want it to be more direct without you kind of like, submitting work into the wind. There's a little less of that with Acadium. But also, if you're a writer, maybe you don't want to do YouTube videos. If you're, a graphic designer, maybe you don't want to do like keyword research. It's like there's certain stuff that, you might not want to do. So it kind of just depends what a good fit looks like for you. I'd say Acadium is good though. Good, could be better. I don't know what their paid pro services like. I still get emails from them. I've never set up a consultation, and I think it's over $1,000, or maybe even a few $1,000. And that's to basically pay them so they can help you find work. So I don't know. I mean, I can't find enough reviews about it to even say if it's worth paying that much money. The thing about course careers is that they have proof that people got work with limited experience. Now those people who got work applied to like 200, 300 jobs, but they got work. And then the other people who I contacted that did interview me, or who were in touch with me, or who were recruiters, were mostly saying, get more experience, and, get an internship, do some work, build a portfolio. And so that's how I got into looking for places to do that. I don't know how I heard about Acadium. It might have been, there's this one lady on YouTube, let me see if I can type her name. I always forget her name. It's like Kimberly or something. She reviews like gigs that people post to kind of like see if she made money. Um, Kimberly Mitchell. And so I think I heard about Acadium through Kimberly Mitchell. Let's see. Right now, her YouTube channel. Is that her YouTube channel? I can't really tell. Yeah, her profile picture is like a black and white picture with her hair kind of down. But I think she was the one who reviewed Acadium. And I think, let me see. Maybe I'm just thinking that's what she did. No, maybe she didn't. Maybe it wasn't her. Maybe it wasn't her, no. There's not really a lot on there about what she did. No, it might not be her. But yeah, she basically reviews side hustles, like how people say, oh, I'm gonna run up a Etsy store and make money selling mugs or something. And her experiences with it, all the things that she kind of tries, and she kind of builds some of them up, like her Pinterest account, she kind of built that up. You know, a lot of people say that they have these like PayPal balances of like over $3,000 or like $700 or earning $500 a day doing. This is one of her videos from 4 months ago. I tried earning $500 a day with Google AdSense and blogging. And so she describes the process to show did it work for her or not. She had one with video games. She says when it worked. The one with video games 1 month ago seems like it worked. Another one that worked was this one. I think she recorded. It was like recording. I think it was. I don't know what it was called. It was something where you're basically trying to help AI systems learn, like, voice patterns or something. So they give you sentences or phrases to, like, read, and I think it was, like, 100 phrases that you read, and then you get paid, like, $30 or something. I think the submission due date is, like, by Friday you get paid, or Thursday. If you submit by Thursdays, you get paid the next week. Now, some of these I know, even if they say that they worked for her, some of them that I've seen, you kind of try to get onto them and they don't really work in your area, so it's not like worldwide, or your area might be too saturated. In California, a lot of gig work is saturated. I mean, even like DoorDash, Grubhub, Instacart, Shipped, a lot of those companies, what's it called, Spark for Walmart, you can't even really usually get an account newly opened nowadays for those. So, but yeah, she kind of reviews the kind of online side hustles and talks about the ones where she either did or didn't make money in the process, just to kind of debunk some of the myths, because it's definitely getting out of hand with people talking about how much they say they're making, and then it turns out that they're not making what they say. Especially if somebody's selling a course and they're telling you that they can make money, you can make money with their course, and you know, there's other people out there with experience trying it, and then they're not able to make it work. But yeah, I guess, you know, Acadium is good for some things in my experience, and you might be a little more protected and better off using another method. Depending. what you're trying to do. Now, if I had actually met every single week with the CEO and done actually like 10 plus hours of work every single week, I would not be very pleased. But because we did miss so many days since pretty much since early December, we stopped having regular meetings. So we met pretty much regularly all through November for the most part. And then pretty much all, like, since the first 2 to 3 weeks of December, we stopped meeting. And then from then on, we didn't have any more meetings. And it was just, even the first meeting, I actually, the first meeting that was missed by her, I had actually logged on online, and she kind of ghosted me. She didn't, well, not ghosted, but she just kind of left me there hanging, and I had to reach out to her and say, hey, are we meeting? And like an hour later, around 11 something, because I'd already been online for like 15 minutes, kind of just waiting, and she responded like an hour later, around 11 something, that she has to cancel for the day. And then she kept kind of saying that for the next few weeks. And she did actually say that we were going to start meeting. Up until when she said that she was no longer going to be involved, she had never stated that we weren't going to meet. Up until when she said she's not going to be involved with it anymore. So, I wouldn't say I'm not fully not disappointed. I'm not pleased with it, but also it could be worse because we weren't meeting all those weeks. So it's not like I was like working on stuff. I probably put in about 4 to 6 weeks of maybe solid time of actively working on stuff, but it was mostly stuff that she needed. It wasn't really stuff that I was trying to get experience with. I was more interested in, building up web pages and blogging and copywriting and, the SEO process, maybe advertising, marketing, things like that. I wasn't doing any of that. I was working on a CRM and a lead page for the website, and connecting the CRM leads and contacts. So the leads and contacts could be in there, and I helped some with a little bit of this automation process for future interns to be able to upload their assignments, to be able to upload their, not assignments, but their meetings, and that was basically it. Yeah, I didn't really get to do too much of what I was setting out to do. And she also never reviewed my work. I might have an audio recording, because I did audio record a lot of our meetings. So I might have audio of her commenting on something. But I think when I actually finished it, I never heard back from her when I actually finished it. So mostly in the meetings it was feedback and then her kind of talking. I would say the one valuable meeting I had with her that was valuable to me, not just to her, was her conversation with me about automation, automation of a business, automation of a startup. If you're doing gigs, you automate it, you know, because I do a lot of digital marketing and copywriting type of work, gig work, um, and she kind of mentioned, because I was talking to her about like agencies and things like that, and she was kind of like, okay, is your goal to stay on and work for me, or is your goal to continue what you're already doing? And back in October, I kind of told her what I was doing. It could go either way. Now with her, if I was working with her, I would have wanted to stay on for sales, but because it's such a niche item and so scientific, I don't think I would be good in the sales process because I'm not from a biochem field. But I mean, you could learn anything, right? But I don't think, I don't know if that would be the best fit for me. Maybe selling the software side of things would be more my style, but selling the actual physical product, the device, I don't know about that. It's like a lab device for filling test tubes for the most part. It's yeah, it almost looks like a 3D printer. That's the easiest thing I can compare it to. But it just kind of fills the test tubes or the I don't know what those plates are called. But it's for bio and chem labs, and there's software with it, but I don't know if I could. I don't know. What's a device? It's not really like if there's anything that had to do with specific chemicals and stuff, or like what would maybe interfere. I could maybe learn about that, but it would just be such a steep learning curve. But I would have been more interested in being on the sales team because with their website, there's only so much you can really do. It's very niche. I mean, I don't think any Joe Blow at home, just any regular old person is going to be purchasing her device or software unless they're at home hobbyists testing things on their own, like if they have like a lab set up on their own. Out here, like certain industries with like psychedelics and cannabis and stuff are pretty popular. I could see people kind of testing that kind of stuff, those types of like products on their own, but I don't really know. I can't really see someone really just like buying it for fun, unless you need test tubes filled with for some reason where you can't do it by yourself. I guess the benefit of having the machine is that they mentioned some things like how glass tubes, they can break, so that's a risk for the scientists. Other risks are the items, the fluids getting onto people's hands or in their eyes, even if you have gloves and protective glasses. If it's hazardous material, you don't really want to be that close to it. It's more value to you to have a machine to distance yourself. Her website talks about sustainability, and also it's I think there's like I think with the sustainability there's that limited waste because it's a machine like filling pipettes or using which one's a pipette? I guess it's test tubes, not pipettes. It's a machine filling the test tubes, and so it can fill them really quickly and accurately and safely, and it's not like it's spilling all over, you know. but you'd have to like program it, and I think she has a team of people that are, you know, helpful for people who have the actual device and software, like a support team to help them use it and everything. It's a pretty big operation, even though it is a startup. That's a pretty big operation, and she mentioned she's done it at least one other time. Maybe this is the third time, and I wasn't clear on why, but the benefit to me that I got out of it was her explaining to me like automation processes. If you're in the small business or even building up an agency out of gig work, you want to, automate your work. You don't want to be working per hour per, um, item produced. You want to have something that you can sell that doesn't limit you hourly or financially. And so that was probably the most valuable thing I got from working with her, as well as the motivation from, it was draining, not in a mean way, like she was nice to me, but other than this thing that happened by Yen, but that wasn't nice, but I feel like she wasn't being mean to me. Ooh, earthquake. Still going. Oh. Oh, like a real earthquake. Oh, dang. So, just got to experience an earthquake together. That's crazy. But anyways, I forgot what I was even saying. But yeah. Would I recommend it? Yes, with caution. Even if you have things in writing, you're not protected through Acadium. But also, I'm not getting penalized. So it's like, I don't feel like there's more that they could do. But, okay. I'm gonna take a little break. I'll get back to recording, I don't know when, but I've got some topics coming up. I've just got a lot I'm working on the website, so yeah, that's it about Acadium. Other than freelance work, I probably won't be on there much. I might do some microtasks, we shall see. I might not actually do microtasks, but we shall see.